Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Tea Time with Glow. I am your host, Gloria Rose, and I actually don't have any tea today, surprisingly. I decided not to have a tea, um, not just yet. I'm just putting things in the garbage. So, welcome to Tea Time with Glow. Today we are going to do a little tarot reading with the collective. Now, essentially, I'm going to explain to you what this means. When I do energy updates, it could very well be just as simple as I am talking about the collective. Um, Common themes, whether it's weather, um, most common things and struggles that we're going through, astrological things, stuff like that. Or if I do readings, like there's been a couple times where I've asked, hey, what can humanity expect? I did once see almost like a tsunami, like a tidal wave or something, like went through buildings, and my kids and I and um my better half, we were all in the same building. I seen the water coming. It was like the day after tomorrow style. So like all you see is all this water rushing in through and knocking down some of the buildings. Mostly you could just see like it almost looked like alleyways and like roads and stuff like that were all just flooded. And we went to go run up this spiral staircase. I went into a floor with one of my kids. The other was up higher up. And I was like, oh my gosh, we've got to stick together. And I tried to go and find my kid, but I couldn't. And I tried calling them on their phone. And then I eventually did have the idea of where they were. And I went to go and get the kid. And I woke up and I was like, what the hell? And I wasn't even actually sleeping. I was in a meditation. I visualized this during a meditation. And I say I woke up because sometimes when I'm in a deep meditation, I'll feel like I'm not sitting, like I'm floating. Nothing exists. There's no sound. There's no, like, nothing is it's almost like I'm in this peaceful blank space that I can create and help co-create in this space. So, I'm going to shuffle some cards. So, what I asked is for, instead of something negative, this is supposed to be kind of like a positive thing. I did ask for 4 cards instead of the 1, just to kind of give a little bit of information for what is most common. So this energy update is just what I asked is most common experience that humanity is going through, like this collective. So I just wanted to take the time. Oh, my card just fell. Oh, yeah. There's new ones. Okay. So I'm going to flip 4 cards. Okay. So I gotta fix these all the right way. But it's okay. So the first card out of the 4, the first card is going to indicate basically the now. Maybe what we're struggling with, or things that everyone's commonly going through, basically. It's what is happening now. The second card is going to represent what we should expect to happen. And the third card is going to represent how we get there, like the goals or the steps that we should take. And then the 4th card is going to indicate basically the outcome. If all of us, like if all is well, basically. So the deck I'm using is by Yasmin Bolin. It is called Moonology Oracle Cards. There is a book. I do not have the book to look in right now. Yes, I do have it with me. However, I'm not going to use it because as I'm going to state as a disclaimer, every person is unique and different, and every intuitive is different. And cards, like pendulums and everything else, these are just tools. I am the conductor. I am the main person. I am the creator. I'm the power. And these are the tools that allow my power to be seen, essentially. They're perfect for people who are just starting out, especially when you're trying to learn cards or get a feel for what it is. The first time I ever used Oracle, it wasn't even Oracle, it was Tarot. And the first time that I actually used tarot cards was freaking, oh gosh, like 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, over 20 years. I'd say like 25 years. So to me, the cards are just, at this point in my life, they're fun. They're fun to do. I like them because they can be so accurate and so scary sometimes. And other times, like anytime I've done them, especially for myself, they're spot on. And usually the outcome is exactly what it is. Readings that I've done for others been similar. I haven't gotten bad feedback from personal readings. However, these are not set in stone. These are not, I know everything, these know everything kind of thing. Nobody does. But they're just, for me, they're really fun. It's like some people like to paint, while I like to sing and do art and play with my cards and my pendulums and stuff and my stones. But this was one of the first tools I used to help develop my gifts. And the first time I did an oracle card reading, I was like probably one of the most skeptical people that there ever was that I've known. And this is coming from someone who, as a kid, has had experience with the paranormal, because little did I know when I was younger that I was a medium. I didn't know until like later in life. And what I experienced as a kid was extremely terrifying. So that's that. And eventually I learned to harness and to use and to embrace. But the first time I did my reading, I was skeptical, and I'm like, yeah, this is by the end of the week, and I wasn't expecting it to take a week. Okay, by the end of that week, everything had happened. The scary part was the first card was the now, or no, the past. The second card was the now, and the third was the future, which is an outcome, what to expect kind of thing. So when I did the reading, the first card was like, oh, and the scary part was, at first, is that the past card was accurate. Accurate. The second card was the now. It was, I didn't realize that that's what it, but I remember with the reading on the back of my mind how it basically said that things were going to manifest or show itself and not to overreact. That I basically know the shitstorm's coming. That's pretty much it. Like, here's a heads up, the shitstorm's coming. Buck up and don't get lost in the wind. That's essentially what I got from that card. And then the outcome card was, if I took this action, this is what would occur. So unconsciously, I took the action. And by the end of the week, I went to go sit down and do another reading. And I said to one of my family members, my cousin, I said, like, this just scared the shit out of me. Like, this was accurate. I'm like, I didn't expect it to be. And I knew that it was true when we did the reading. I just didn't want to acknowledge it because I was skeptical. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, this is not true. But then it played out the exact same way. And then what the outcome was exactly played out. And I was like, mind blown. And then when I did the second one for myself, it kind of scared me a little because of how right it was. And I didn't want to know anything else. So it took some practice. And that's where I'm at. So now I also know that with books, and I have to work in a half hour. So I do know that with some of the books, like the cards. A lot of the decks do come with books. Some decks do not. And I do like that when you're beginning that the cards come with those books, because the books have the meanings for what that creator is saying, like this is what it represents. So you could do a reading for yourself or for somebody else, or someone could do it for you. And the information, like you're like, this makes no sense to me. But it may not make sense now, but it might later. Or it might not even occur, or like there's always that chance. Nothing's set in stone. Whatever you get for readings isn't like, I'm saying it's not set in stone. That's the only term I have that is appropriate for the public. So I'm not going to read what the book says they represent, because this isn't a single card reading for me to do that. It's a collective reading. So I'm going to what I pick up from each individual card. So just looking at it, so the first card is your dreams need a practical plan. The second card is luck is on your side. The third card is don't let your past hold you back. And the fourth card is nothing yet is set in stone. That is true. That's a saying I always use. So the fact that this came up today for this reading is hilarious, because I just mentioned this last night. Yeah, like nothing is concrete with the readings. It can always change. It varies. So basically, your dreams need a practical plan. So what I feel this card is representing is that some of us may be stuck, or we might be feeling really selfish about the ideas or a career or money that we want or whatever. But in order to achieve the plan, or to achieve this outcome, you need to create a plan. So I think when it's saying like you need to create a practical plan, I don't know how else to say it. So yeah, you need practical plan. So okay. Hold on a second so I can get myself into this. Sorry, I had to do something. Okay, so basically you need to find balance. This is indicating balance. So it comes up is to find balance between your realistic goals and intentions. So the good intentions versus the bad kind of thing. So if you're stuck, if you're stuck in a situation, yes, you need to be able to think about how to execute this plan, but I feel that it's more so like you just need to find the balance. I mean, not be so selfish, if that makes sense. And then the luck is on your side is kind of like the wheel of fortune. Um, Okay, so if there is some goals that you have set out, I feel like this would be the time for them to kind of manifest. So okay. slowing down. This is a good time to explore your options. That's what I was, yeah. There could be travel, new opportunities. So when new opportunities or any opportunities present themselves, I recommend taking advantage of that because this is a good luck card kind of thing. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. Everything keeps coming back to not set in stone though. So that's what this indicates to me. Now, don't let your past hold you back. Now, with this card here, don't let your past hold you back, the Self Node. I feel like it kind of basically, I feel like it's saying like this has to do with karma. So everything we put in comes back. It's almost like if you have these goals that you want to achieve, it's almost like not to be obsessed. So there's a difference between obsessed and passionate. It is always good to be passionate about what you're doing or what you want to do and being happy and aligned, and that brings forth the new opportunities. And that allows for you to make those necessary changes to go forward. Sometimes our conditioning and patterning, like how we were raised, if our religious standpoint, things like that, there's certain things that can affect the way how we perceive other things and situations. So, for example, like I was raised with a Christian grandmother. I am not Christian nor Catholic, but I am also used to the terms. But if she would have known that I was using oracle or tarot cards, that would have been devil worship, witchcraft. I would have, you know what I mean? In the spirit world, she understands now. Yes, anything could be used for good and bad. Just like in the physical world, the spirit world is the same. There's good people, bad people. Everyone has a soul. It is in a body. And those are the ones that are physically on this planet. And these influences could also come from like family, friends, teachers, like loved ones, role models. And it's what we're instilled with. So sometimes, not sometimes, it's always good for us to explore our options, look at, and I think that's what this luck on your side thing and don't hold back is. I think those are connected, because I feel like those are the two that are hand in hand. So allowing yourself to be happy and aligned. Like if you have an idea and it makes you happy, but it's going to make someone else sad, unless it's causing harm to somebody, do what makes you happy. Because the only way you're going to get your creative flows, like the creative juices flowing, the only way that we're going to have these opportunities present themselves to us, and this is how it ties in, is to not let our conditionings and our old beliefs hold us back, to explore new opportunities. So not just opportunities, like if you're looking at religious standpoint, you can look into that, or something with a career or whatever. Like these are things like it's not set in stone. This is just what I'm perceiving from these cards, because I'm trying to do each individual as their own, but it's coming together as like a thing. So, and then the fourth card, which is the nothing yet is set in stone. I love this because nothing is, especially with this. Like you could have one opportunity, one career path, or we'll just say a path going one way. And in this at the start of this path, there's other pathways. You can choose those paths. So if you don't like something, move on. Do you know what I mean? And I think that basically, I think what this whole reading for the collective is that a lot of us are stuck. So maybe we need to rethink, reevaluate, come up with a new game plan, and work from a place of happiness and peace, in order for us to manifest those things that we want, and not to let those old blockages and patterns and the old patterning and habits to come through. Just know that, coming from a place of compassion and love, that this is going to work out. At least that's what I feel. I could absolutely be wrong. Yeah. So that is my collective reading. So if you are currently stuck in a situation or in a job, or you're a little bit confused or whatever, I don't mean confused in like your orientation. I mean like you don't know if you should go on this trip, or if you should take this job, or if you should move to this place, or if you should start over or continue on what you're doing. If you are stuck, it is a great opportunity for you. It's a good indication that, hey, there's something here that doesn't serve me, that I need to clear to move forward. You need to get rid of it in order to move forward. And when we're negative attracts the negative. When you're positive, it attracts positive, but it can also attract negative things. So when we are feeling really good, we're like, yes, things are going good, and then something backfires. It doesn't always mean that there's something that we need to change, but there's definitely something there that we need to check into, whether it's a situation that's not working for you anymore, or somebody that you should cut out. It varies for everybody. And with tarot and oracle cards, I find that with tarot is more straightforward, in your face, where the oracle is more like sunshines and rainbows. It's more like the candy coating on a strawberry. So that is what I have for today, friends. If you guys would really like me to get into detail and actually dig out my book, well, I don't have to dig it out, but actually read from the book of what they mean as individuals, let me know. You could also go and get your own deck. This is what it looks like. This is just the case. And this is what the cards actually look like at the back. And the pictures are different. Now, I have 3 decks that I use on a regular, not a daily basis, but a regular basis. If I were to go and pull oracle cards or tarot cards for myself, I have 3 decks. Each one is different in its nature. And and each one is straightforward, in your face, basically the hardcore truth. And there's no sugar coating on those strawberries. You know what I'm saying? This deck is like an in-between. It's kind of like a tarot reading, where it's like in your face, this is how it is, but it's also sugar coating. So it gives you something positive in that mix. Even tarot is positive. I know people look at like the Hanged Man and think it's bad, or the Tower, or the Death card. I've gotten that a few times. When I've done my own tarot reading, I've gotten the Hanged Man. I have gotten the Fool. I have gotten the Tower. I've gotten the Wheel of Life. I had the 7 of Cups, and you know what I mean? Like I've had those cards, and they don't all mean something negative. It doesn't mean that the Death card, you're gonna die, you're gonna get a disease, and it's non-curable, and blah blah blah, or you're gonna go get hit by a car. That could indicate that you're losing your home. Could indicate letting go of a situation, material things, a relationship ending, seasons changing. It could mean a bunch of different things, but it's not necessarily that it means death. Yes, death, like a cycle, like in the spring, everything dies or goes dormant and goes to sleep. And then in the spring, it's alive. It wakes up, it comes back. Kind of look at it like that. I don't know. Anyways, I have like 15 minutes until I have to work with a client. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like a reading, you can reach out to me. You can also send us an email. You can do that by going to our website at biellisconnections.ca. I had a lot to get out in such a short time. So I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm going to get a drink, have a little snack, get ready because I have the coaching to do. So I hope everyone has a great day. And until next week, bye.